Do you have a title?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome. I'm Elka.
Hi, and I'm Jen, and both her and I are coaches and mentors and Zazzle expansion experts. My mother and I are a duo team and teach people all around the world on how to make money online with print on demand and Zazzle. Yes. And welcome.
And today we're going to do something different. Usually we give you lots of insights and talk to you more so, but this time we want to hear from you. We are doing an open Q&A about anything you'd like to know about Zazzle that we can answer. Obviously, we're not going to answer everything. We have a coaching program and we do a lot of mentorship and masterminds, etc. But we will do our best to answer questions for you right now that are burning in your mind as to what it is that Zazzle is and how much, like, can you make money on it? And is this the right platform for me? When you are on Zazzle, what do you have to do? Do you have to pay for ads? Stuff like that are all going to be covered here. And if there's no people on at the moment asking some of these questions, we will cover a general amount of questions that we get all asked all the time. So if you're watching this as a replay, you get a nice little overview of some of the most frequently asked questions that we get. Okay.
Yeah. And we do have some people online. So just saying to everyone here on all the different platforms, you can ask your questions on live here and we'll give you like a little bit of like an insight into what we do with our coaching program. It's not going to be coaching, but it's any questions that can be asked that can give like you an answer and an insight in terms of what you might be struggling with your Zazzle store, or any questions regarding starting your Zazzle business and what that includes. And while we're waiting for questions on live, we'll dive into some questions that are the frequently asked questions that a lot of people always come and ask us. Okay. And so, first of all, is Zazzle free? Yes. Zazzle, the platform to join, to create an account, to open up your store, to post products for sale, it's all completely free. All you need to do, in which we don't really talk about, particularly here or even really individually in our coaching program, is that you do need to file your taxes, obviously, if you're making money. And so depending on where you live in the world, you have to understand how the tax treaty works with the Zazzle platform, but it's quite easy. You just have to submit a form based on where you live. And that's all you need to really do in terms of investing in time and like even not even particularly money, but if you need to talk to your tax accountant or anything like that. But that's something very specific to where you live, right? Elke and I are from Canada, and so we have a tax treaty with the United States because Zazzle is a North American, United States-based business. And if you're from Europe, Asia, Africa, I was going to say Australia, even in Africa, we have clients all around the world. So that's the one thing that is kind of like the little stipulation where you have to add your tax information to start actually earning the money and getting it in your pocket, okay? But besides that, it's completely free. And anyone in the world, as long as you're 13 years old or over, and as long as you have access to the internet, you don't even need a computer. Some of our clients work on their tablets. And then it's as easy as that. Or even a cell phone. Yeah, even a cell phone. You can work online if you have access to the internet, and then that way you can post products for sale. Okay. And anyone can join, right? We talked about as long as you're over 13 years of age. And then anyone in terms of if you're a creative or a non-creative person, right? You don't have to be creative or have experience in creating graphic designs or a photographer or an artist. If you just have a mission, which many of us do, to change our financial future or the way that we're living and change our lifestyle, then you can create products online. You just have to be a little bit more creative about it and figure out what niche you like to be in and also what types of products. But then there's ways for people who are non-creatives to post products for sale. First of all, just even individually on the Zazzle platform, right? The Zazzle website has a really, really interactive design tool, and you don't need to buy any graphics or even purchase fonts. Zazzle already has a whole list of font types for you to use and to start creating designs. So you could easily make font-based designs, or even they have an opportunity to add easy graphics like squares and shapes and things like that. And so you can create your own patterns using the design tool on Zazzle. Okay. And then above and beyond that, obviously you can invest some money and buy some graphics if you'd like to, or get a subscription to any of the graphics related programs like Creative Fabrica, etc. And then you're able to post for sale. If you are in
What I like too is that it doesn't always have to be something that is creating something with graphics or ending up as a graphic or text-based design. If you've ever heard of a Grumpy Cat, they started on Zazzle, so they just uploaded a picture of their cat and added text over top as a meme. And now that particular person has sold. If you just look up Grumpy Cat and look at licensing, she sold it for millions of dollars. And she wasn't artistic or in any way. It's just Zazzle's a really cool place to do things that are for print on demand, which I don't know if you want to say something about that, but ultimately just to sell products in whatever capacity, right? Whether it's purely commercial to customers you don't know, or if it's to build a brand like the Grumpy Cat brand and merchandise it, or if it's to already have a brand and you just want to add more merchandising opportunities. There's so many ways to use that platform, Zazzle, that are just fun and just you just the sky's the limit.
No, it's very true. So yeah, in terms of just what you are as a designer or non-designer, and then if you are a designer, like we've had actually a lot of people who have been photographers or artists, and you want to know if you can sell your artwork on the Zazzle platform. And yes, you can. It is a little bit more intuitive than just posting your artwork for sale on a canvas print or on a postcard, because there are other platforms out there that are in existence, like Fine Art America or other ones as well, where you can just sell your artwork as is. But on Zazzle, we do recommend that if you're an artist and you're kind of struggling to understand how to incorporate your artwork into a product, then you get coaching, first of all, because it's very interesting to see how an artist can use aspects or elements of their artwork in designs that are specific to a niche and actually serve a customer's need. And artists or photographers or graphic designers, sometimes you might have a hard time just kind of getting outside of the box of the way that you've been used to selling your artwork before. And this is a little bit more of a way where you can play around with the Zazzle platform and the products, right? Because there is just so much innovativeness to the designs is what I want to kind of say. And so if you are an artist and you're like figuring out how you maybe want to leverage your artwork, then definitely ask your questions here. Or if you are interested in coaching, that's where the coaching aspect really comes into play. Okay. Another couple of questions that we've had is like, do you need to have ads, or is it any other platform out there where you need kind of like invest money in or do more external promotion, etc.? And no, you don't have to. Zazzle's really great at creating their own marketing and doing their own advertising, first of all. It is a huge website, a huge platform. And so in order for Zazzle to profit, they obviously want to promote Zazzle products, because if us as designers and sellers didn't really sell the products that are offered on the platform, then unfortunately Zazzle wouldn't sell very much, because Zazzle doesn't independently make its own products very often, right? They do have some collaborators, etc., but primarily the amount of money and the exchange of all the products that are happening on the Zazzle platform are because of designers like yourself and myself and Elka that are incorporating their designs into the platform. And so Zazzle wants to really make sure that they promote those designs as well in order for everyone to profit. And so Zazzle does a lot of external marketing with Google and like Google ads and all of those things, and also third parties that we don't even really know too much about. But in terms of your investment for ads, you don't have to, just because Zazzle internally and externally does a lot of really great marketing already for you. And so included in the package of becoming a Zazzle seller, you actually pretty much get free promotion, which is really cool, right? Internally and also externally. And so you don't have to do too much work in terms of promoting your products externally. Of course, that always helps. What we tell our clients in our coaching program is that Pinterest is a really great opportunity for you to use, because it's a search engine based platform. And me particularly, I still make referrals on pins that I've pinned years ago, because they still exist there on the internet, right? And if you want to earn more money, if you are a Zazzle designer and you know what I'm talking about, earn that referral income as well as a royalty income. You could potentially earn 45% of the sale that you make if it's with your own product that you referred. And we're doing a masterclass right now. And so if you want to join, the link is in the description of this video. depending on the time of this recording, if it's happening or not. But right now we're doing it throughout this week. And we actually explain to you what the referrals might even possibly look like in terms of what you could potentially earn. And the amounts are amazing, especially if you get a good sale and a good referral. And so if you're not utilizing Pinterest or using any sort of promotion, just know that you don't need to, it's not necessary, but going above and beyond, you can definitely make more money because you're promoting your own products.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely important. Everyone keeps like when they start to research print on demand and they go like they realize, oh, they need a Shopify store or they have to sell on Etsy, and you've got to link up with Printify or Printful, and then you have to send drive traffic by paying for Facebook ads to their website or to their listing, or you pay Etsy for ads. It starts to become overwhelm. And also, it's a lot of money, and everyone seems to be okay with spending that money. And yet, they don't understand that this platform here, Zazzle, is such an incredible opportunity to get the same things without having to do all that stuff. It's really important that people hear that, and that, like, if you're on and you go like, I haven't checked Zazzle out yet, you should. You should. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to be the mainstream, but that also helps with the fact that then there's less competition. And even if you come and join us, we've been doing this for like since 2017. Every single year, we help people make more and more money. So there is no issue. Like if people ask, "Oh, is the market saturated? Is there too much competition?" The answer is absolutely not. Right? It's still an open market, and print on demand in general, whether you're on any of those other platforms or you're on Zazzle, it's estimated that by 2032, it's going to be a $67 billion market per year, right? So it's growing. Print on demand in general is growing at about 25% a year in terms of like more opportunities to buy, more opportunities to sell, and that more and more people are going online with shopping, and then with the increase in population, etc. You are just so well placed right now to just choose a Zazzle store and start selling so that you can be established and ready to go for when all of these shoppers come online, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's very.
What else do we have on our list of things that do you need a website? So yeah, going into that same vein of talking about it, like you don't actually need an external website in order for you to drive traffic so that you can bring people to your Zazzle store. It certainly helps if you are currently already driving people to a website and you want to expand your business. But if you say that, oh, I have to do that in order to sell on the platform, the answer is no. Whereas on all these other platforms like Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, you have to always keep driving traffic in so many different ways: email list, website, you name it, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Well, Jen and I made our millions on the Zazzle platform even before there was Instagram. So you can just see that it doesn't require that. It's more about an organic business approach that we use to teach our clients. And that's going to save you a lot of money, a lot of headaches, and it's going to be consistently there for you no matter whether Instagram comes or goes, or Instagram changes their algorithm, or Facebook changes their algorithm, or Threads changes their algorithm. Like instead it's just based on SEO, which is awesome. Okay, what else? How many products do you have to make to start selling?
You want me to answer this one?
You want me to answer it? I can
It
answer
doesn't
it.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's a really great question because people come and open up a store and they make like products, and let's bring it AI right into this as well. Is that they usually think that, oh, I can make a whole bunch of stuff on Canva. You see all those Instagram posts, make this T-shirt made like $1 million in the last month. It's like, oh my god. And this is the proof on Everbee. Here it is. It's like and you can make the same T-shirt. And first of all, don't copy. That's really rude and also against the law. But then they show you that you can go onto Canva, you make something up, you change a little bit of something, you make it your own, hopefully. And you should, because otherwise, what's the point? Because you're not really going to sell, because the other person did the work to market it, and you're just, copying. You're sort of on the coattails, and it's not going to last, right? But anyway, so the thing seems simple, right? That you just put stuff up there, and something will sell. And yet that doesn't happen. And this is when people go online and go like, well, it didn't really sell that much. And I don't know if Zazzle's really a great platform. And it's like, no, it's not a great, it is a great platform. It's just you didn't know how to use it. Right. And so if you even have, and here's the thing, there is no number of products, because there's one person who has almost a million views on about 4 or 5 of her products, and it's all the same design, it's just on different T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, and she started out on TikTok, she didn't even have very many TikTok followers, she just wanted to make sure her boyfriend didn't date someone else when he went off to college, and so her one post that said, "I made a T-shirt on Zazzle for my boyfriend so that he doesn't get any girlfriends and that he stays mine when he goes off to college," went viral. So one product.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, she's had over like a million, almost a million views on about 10 products that all have this design on them. Now, on average, if you like, if you're a good seller, and obviously this person probably made quite a lot of money, but we don't have something like Everbee on Zazzle, so we have to sort of guess with some stats that we built up over our time. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background if you hear all the dinging. Um, so on average, what we've realized over the course of all of our experience on Zazzle is that about 10% of the views are probably sales if it's converting well as a product. Okay. And hers is obviously really fun and cute, and I think it's converting well. So if you take a million views and you divide that by 10, because that's the percentage of sales that made on a million views, because we can see her views on the t-shirts and sweatshirts. And so that's 100,000. And then each t-shirt is about $20. That's minimal. Like, it's more, usually sweatshirts and things are more. And if you set your royalty at 10%, just so that math is all really easy, then that means that she's made how much? Well, first of all, each t-shirt's $2, right? That you make off of it, if it's 10% royalty out of a $20 t-shirt. So 2 times 100,000 on one product, right? So you can sell with one product. Then there's other people who have put thousands and thousands of products out there with AI or just on their own, and they've sold zero. So I think it's not a matter of asking if it's a product number. It's more, how many products should I put into my business portfolio in order to get a certain income if I'm posting products that are actually really good intentional products. Now, we've coined the phrase intentional products. It's not like we've invented the word. Intentional means it's for a purpose, it's intended, right? But not a lot of people understand what intentional products mean, but they mean, is it something that will serve the client? Does it, like, have you got it all set up properly so it will work for them? Because on Zazzle you can customize stuff, right? And so if you, let's say the templates don't work, or you can't upload your photo, or can't upload your logo that you want to use on this design that you've made for sale, then the customer is not going to buy, right? So all of these things together, plus the fact that you're actually serving a need of something that someone wants to pay you for, that's intentional if you build that all together. So now if you make intentional products, then what we can say is that on average, you get better and better with our coaching program at making these intentional products. But when you start out, you probably get like 1% of whatever you make might actually sell. And then as you get better, 10% of whatever you make might actually sell. So then you can do the math. I want to sell t-shirts, so I'm going to make $2 a t-shirt. And then if I want to make $200 a month, I have to sell 100 t-shirts, right? That kind of thing. If you're percentage, like if you're you have to sell 100 t-shirts, but let's say that t-shirt was at the beginning of your design journey. Like when we go back and look at our designs that we made at the very beginning, it's like, no wonder they didn't sell. But if you look at something we make now, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much going to sell, I know it. And so it depends on where you are on that spectrum of, ooh, maybe not, or ooh, definitely. Then you are going to know how many products to make, right? And so that's where we give our students that guidance to be able to say, okay, we need to make this amount of products. So you get a chance, right? And there's more involved than just the design, but just to give you an idea about the number of products. What
Mm.
else? What else do we have on the list? Anything that you want to talk about? And do we have any questions? I can't.
Yeah, let's hear it. If there's any questions, we do have a couple people online with us, so we are able to answer
Is
questions live here. In
this
terms of
help?
just
Yeah. Is anyone who's on live, just put in the chat. Is this helpful? And is there any other questions? Sorry.
Yeah. No, and then just, I mean, we have a lot of questions obviously about our course material and then what's included with that. But then in terms of Zazzle, it's just like more so people, if you're not aware of what Zazzle is, it's more so, can I do this? And is it a viable business? And also, if you've been on Zazzle, but you're struggling, you might actually be in the mindset that it's not something that's viable or that you've been struggling for years. We've had some clients of ours who actually came into our coaching program after years of struggling on Zazzle, like multiple years, like 4 to 7 years, right? And so if you're on the Zazzle platform and you've been, by yourself on this journey and you're struggling, I just want to tell you that you're not alone, right? Or you don't have to be alone. Because first of all, I'm sure that one of the reasons why you're not making the money that you want to make is first, you probably aren't treating it as 100% like a business, right? That's always where we talk about and really hone in the fact that it's not a hobby. Right? When we first start out on Zazzle, it might be just something fun and exciting and a new opportunity for you. And it's like a possibility. But if you really want to make it work and change the way that your lifestyle is, then you have to treat it as a business. And it has to be something that you're consciously thinking about day after day. And not that you have to be working on your business every single day for 9 to 5 hours, but like from 9 to 5, but you have to know that this is something that you need to keep accountable for, right? And then just that shift in the mindset of that now it's actually a business and it can work for you potentially, because depending on where you're at. And that's why Elke and I, we really love when everybody comments and says, hey, like, I'm from this country and I've been on Zazzle for this long and this is my niche, or these are like, this is because it gives us some more information about who you are as a designer and helps us give more insight into what you might be struggling with, right? Because you're here online with us, and not that everyone has to be struggling for you to get help. Maybe you're also a Zazzle designer who's actually quite successful and you want to become more successful, right? Because that's also another option.
Yeah.
In terms of just opening up your horizons in terms of the possibilities of what's available for you in terms of earnings, right? And so
Yeah.
it is a viable business option, but just depending on like where in your life along the journey on Zazzle you are. And then that's why we like when people chat with us, but we can just keep on talking to everybody over. But yeah, because
Quiet in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Like, I think we should touch on that point because we always talk about, hey, if you're having a hard time, because yeah, it's true. There's so many people in the last 2 years that have actually struggled on Zazzle, and yet our coaching clients that actually implemented our 5 strategies made a ton of money. And like case in point, there's a couple of people who basically went from platinum, which is 250,000 in lifetime earnings, to diamond in that year, because they actually made they made $250,000 in 1 year over the course of the time where everybody else is struggling. Right? It's you have to implement certain things for it to work. And so your experience with, even if you've been selling well and then you aren't selling well, that doesn't mean that you're not going to ever sell well again. It just means that you haven't kept up with whatever it is that Zazzle might be asking you for, like mock-ups or something like that. Or it could be that you made a business decision that maybe isn't working anymore. For example, when everyone decided to go on the glitter bandwagon, everything on Zazzle was rose gold glitter. It was overwhelming, but it died down, right? So then if you didn't act as a business owner to have other things in your store besides rose gold glitter, then obviously once that died out, the market dried up, right? And so then all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm struggling. Must be because Zazzle changed everything. No, it's not. It's because you didn't have any other things in your store preparing you for when rose gold glitter died out. And I think that's partly what really needs to be said as part of the Q&A here, is that you get to choose. You get to choose how you run your business, and you're totally 100% responsible for your business, just like Jack Canfield says in the 100 Success Principles. The first one is you're totally 100% responsible for every action and also reaction, i.e., what's currently in your life happening to you. You are responsible for that. And so you have to look inward and have a look and see what happened. Did I not make that choice? Did I not get a coach? Did I not follow a certain proven plan? Did I just kind of get lucky because I posted something about with rose gold glitter and everybody was selling? So I didn't really have to do the work to build a business. I just kind of, benefited from it. And so that's where you have to look at yourself and go like, I want to make this work. How am I going to make this work now and long term, right? And one of the other things that I wanted to say was like, yes, this happens multiple times. Not just one person went from platinum to diamond. There were people that came in with $100,000 lifetime earnings, and then within 1 year of our mastermind, they made over $220,000 in payout US from Zazzle in 1 year of our mastermind. Now, they had been in our PDA coaching program and they'd taken a previous mastermind, but they were struggling after they stopped. And actually, when they came back into the mastermind, we realized they hadn't really done much work to do exactly what I just said, where they moved beyond just a trend and set up their business like as a nice, solid business that churns out somewhere between $100,000 to $200,000 a year in earnings. And so that's where we come in, right? We go like, okay, this isn't running yet the way it needs to for you to take 5 years off, which is kind of what Jen and I did after we got ours running. Then we took a whole bunch of time off, and it was still making us, like, our stores are still making us money. So that's really, really important to understand, that if you want to get into this and you want those big bucks that everyone's talking about on Instagram, first of all, go take those with a grain of salt. But secondly, they're like, if you want consistent income, sustainable, reliable, then we are here for you, because we've done it over and over and over again with a lot of different people, different backgrounds, different skill sets at different times, with people from all over the world, with different, things that are blocking them from trying to get the results, and it all works. And so I like that about the fact that we are so blessed to be able to have that sort of under our belts, to show people that it's not just a matter of keeping you busy to do a bunch of work and then we leave. We're here for the long run. We get to know our clients. We know people from 7 years ago that are still our friends. We ask them how they're doing. We celebrate their family milestones. We celebrate when they buy a house, or when they have a kid, or when they retire. And that's what we love about this. But also, you have to understand that, right? That it's not just about cash grab quick in order to, just come and go. If you want, and if that's what you would like to have, then that's where we can come in and help you get that started with this print on demand option, where it's 67 billion by 2032. I can't wait to get my hands on my share.
Oh, it's very true. It is. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up this session. If you're watching this as a replay, then you can ask your questions and type them in the comment section. And as always, thank you so much for watching this with us, being here on live. And then if you don't follow us yet or have subscribed to our YouTube channel, then do so. Share this video with anybody who you might think is interested as well. You might just randomly think of, a family member or a friend who might be interested in opening up a Zazzle business, because spreading the word is such a great thing, right? If you want to help create wealth with other people. We love the more the merrier in our community, and love talking to you and sharing our stories and hearing your stories, and helping you along your way to hopefully success on Zazzle. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all later. And there's an opportunity for you. It's just quickly in the link in the description of this video, you can click the link to join our free masterclass. Right now, at the time of this recording, we're hosting a free masterclass. Obviously, if you're watching this as a replay like months later, then maybe that masterclass isn't in existence anymore. But right now, we have an opportunity for you to click that free masterclass and join us. Okay. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you all later. Bye.